as I'm driving to town, I'm reflecting on a meeting that I had with our team this morning, and just the thought of how chaotic business is on an ongoing basis. We work with a lot of companies on an ongoing basis and with workflow, and there's this sense of overwhelm of everything that needs to get done, should get done, could get done, and it's hard to know where to focus. It's hard as a leader to understand, where do I need to place my time and effort and energy, and then how do I keep my team focused? One thing that I experience as a leader, and that I see a lot of our clients experience as leaders as well, is how do I keep my team focused when I'm not always sure what's most important and where do we need to focus? And what happens is, a leader, you start pulling back, you start withdrawing, because you start feeling like, oh man, I don't have all the answers, I don't know exactly what to do, and you're just kind of going through the motions, and you just kind of have this ongoing sense of overwhelm. Like there's just a lot going on, right? And if you're experiencing that as a business leader, good. It's part of the process. It's part of learning and growing and understanding what is most important, because there's a real tug. The book 4 Disciplines of Execution is a really great book that talks about the tug of the most important things that you need to focus on versus everything else. Meaning, what's the WIG, right? The wildly important goal. What are the lead activities around that support that goal to make it happen? And then everything else is the whirlwind, right? Everything else is those small nagging things, the fires, the chaos, everything else that essentially draws your attention away from what's most important. And today, more than ever, business is moving faster than it ever has been, and it's going to continue to move faster. Things are changing at a higher rate than they've ever changed before. So we're dealing with some new dynamics that we've never dealt with before as business leaders. And it doesn't matter what industry you are, that you're in. It doesn't matter what size business you have. Things are just changing rapidly. So the question here is, how do I tackle this? How do I make sense of everything that we could do, should do, must do, whatever the case may be? And the first thing that you got to do is you got to get real with your team. You have to have an authentic and vulnerable conversation as a leader to say, look, I need you as my team members. We are a team, we're doing this together. It's not like, hey, I'm the leader and I've got all the answers. That model of leadership is dead, it's antiquated. The new model of leadership is somebody coming in and saying like, look, I'm the team leader, but I'm on the field with you. As a leader, you're on the field with your team, you're actively playing the game with them, and you're inviting their ideas, their thoughts, their genius into decision making at every level. For us, this has been the X factor in Bergflow, in IEB, now with Maris, these companies that we've launched in the last 4 years. And these are all companies that essentially are 7-figure companies that grew very quickly. I mean, Maris is, right off the bat, I mean, it's going to be an 8-figure company as far as everything involved within 3 years of launching it. So the question is, okay, how do we go into launching multiple businesses, doing this work, working with so many other businesses and leaders? The only way it's possible is by us working together as a team, a collaborative team, not a group of people, not a hierarchy of organizational structure. More and more, titles are becoming less important to us. Direct lanes of exactly, hey, this is your job, stay in the lanes, is becoming antiquated in our business model. What we're finding is that what we want are people that are really bought into being a part of the team, being part of the company, what the company does, and taking high levels of ownership, which means that the team members are willing to go across lanes. They're willing to go help somebody else out. They're willing to support each other. They're willing to do things that are not in their job description in order to help everybody else be successful on the team. And then as a team, you're deciding, you're choosing what is most important for us to focus on in the next 90 days based on our goals. What do we need to be focusing on this month? What do we need to be focusing on this week? And how are we going to hold it accountable? Accountability is the staple. It's the glue that makes this work. If you are out there and you're struggling with how to put all this together, like, I get it, right? We are actively figuring this out in our world and helping others do the same. But the starting point is learning how to have the right conversations with your team, learning how to get their buy-in into the process at a higher level, and going from there. So I want to encourage you guys, have the conversations, be authentic, be vulnerable, be willing to do what it takes to have the conversations that you need to have with your team. And that is really the foundation and the start of having a pivot ready team. So guys, that's what I wanted to share with you. Hope you guys are having a great day after Memorial Day weekend and getting back into the swing of things this Tuesday morning.